Well, I finally arrived in Japan, so over the next 16 days I'm going to be traveling around Kyoto and Tokyo, exploring all the things to see and trying as much of delicious food as I possibly can. So I'm just walking down to Team Labs Planets. I've got time, so I'm going to just walk through to Kyoto Park. So I think it's highly recommended to book for the Team Labs ahead of time. I actually booked about 2 weeks before, just in case. Yeah, well, there's the building there. I've underestimated just how humid it's going to be. Like, I'm absolutely dripping. I only have a sock to wipe myself down. My trousers are just sweating through. Oh my god, I've got sweaty knees. So if you search for things to do in Tokyo, no doubt you're going to come across Team Lads Planets and Team Lads Borderless. And of course, if you've got the time, you should do both. Well, basically it is a digital art museum where you are allowed to interact with the art installations, and really by you interacting with them, you decide how the art will look. Well, I'm in. Best impressions? Yeah, this is cool. It's just like a load of flattened beanbags on the floor.
Papa, please do not touch the lights.
Wow, look at this place, eh? Just changed all the colour of all these. Oh, wow. I didn't realise how high they go. If you look up, it's almost like a giant sword hanging above you. These walkways are going to another dimension, really. I like how they've done that with the mirrors. I literally thought this place was massive at first. I thought they were colourful lights, but they're not colourful lights. Images of fish, koi carp, swimming around at the bottom. Hello there. Come. Okay. I'm sure you should say that you're not allowed to touch the balls on the way in, but you have to kind of push it. Look, I'm just jammed in between a ball here. You have to push your way through. I'm getting squashed between balls here. So far it's been fun. Every room has been good. The water room, the koi carp place in the lights, and now the big balls. Here we are, here's the big colourful flowers. Look at this, look how amazing it looks. It's like you're in a scene from Avatar, the movie. Just floating through the sky, look at that. Wasn't expecting this. It's just like, what can we put on here that will make it look, what can we do to make it look kind of crazy? I'll tell you what, we'll put lots of alien eggs. One of these is going to hatch at night time and just run around the Team Labs Museum. So this is literally my first excursion of my first day of my holiday, and so far I am super impressed, and it makes me realise that, man, this is going to be an awesome vacation. Right, 2 hours in here, I'm finished. It's time to get my shoes out of the locker. There we go, nice and simple. So one thing that is really helpful is, I mean, Google Maps is fantastic around the world, but here it seems to be even better with the live view function. I don't think you can see it there, live view, and if you touch that, it is going to ask you to hold the camera up, and once it sees where you are, it's actually going to put arrows on the screen for you to follow. We are in Yoyogi Park, walking through the middle of it, and we are heading to the Meiji Shrine. Walking through the trees here, and I don't know if you can hear the cicadas in the trees making all the noises. It's so loud, it's incredible really. Straight away in Japan, you notice just how clean and well maintained everywhere is. Keep an eye out for a trash can. I've been carrying this around for the last 20 minutes. So you can see all the people there coming back from the shrine. So they must have got up nice and early to avoid the heat of the midday. Sensible people. Encased sake barrels there. On the other side here, let's have a look. I think this is the whiskey barrels. So these on the other side are all actually wine barrels that are commemorated by companies in France. Oh, look at this. So I don't know much about, the only thing I know about Shintoism is that they have kamis in Shintoism, which are sacred things or deities. And it doesn't have to be, it can be anything. It can be a rock, it can be a tree, it can be a person, it can be a temple, it can be an emperor. There's about 8 million of them in Japan, just to say that it's everlasting. So inside the temple there's going to be a kami, and people go and make wishes to that kami. But before they do, they have to purify themselves. So when you get to the temple, there should be a ladle of water, and you're supposed to wash your left hand, right hand, and wash your mouth. And then once you are clean, because in Shintoism, human beings are generally, nature is generally good, but human beings can have spiritual pollution, and you do that to wash away your pollution. And only then can you go and visit the kami and make a wish.
Alright, so whilst we were there, me and my friend Bambi decided to make our own wishes. It was very straightforward. We wrote them out, we put them in the envelope, we paid a little donation to the temple, and then we slipped them inside this box over here. We had a look inside the souvenir shop, but what I really liked was these Japanese zodiac Daruma little keychains. Online I had to check what year I was born, and for 1980 it was the monkey. So all I had to do was search around and find my little keychain.
So now we're going to walk to Takashita Street, do a little bit of shopping, and buy some shorts because I need to derobe a little bit. Just to give you an idea of how busy it is in August. So this is what the Takashita Street is like. You can see it is, how do we say, chock-a-block.
Famous for its colourful fashion shops, fantastic little eateries and its quirky little maiden animal cafes. Walking down Takashita Street is a fantastic way to spend a few hours.
The name of the actual block is Cute Cube. Everything is kind of cuteness here. A cute cafe here with maids behind us. And so we're going to go to the cat cafe, which I don't mind. We need some AC.
So for 900 yen, you get access to the cat cafe for 30 minutes. You do have to buy a drink on top of this, but to be honest, it was a nice way just to take a break from the busy streets outside.
And this is where you can put your little sticker to decide which one you want to win the election. Okay, we're going to go for the underdog because he's got no little stickers. The cats are not stupid, or without food we are pretty much invisible to them. And then you can see how happy they are when they get the food. Look at them, oh, they're so happy. Okay, so here is the Shibuya Scramble crossing. You can see everyone getting lined up on either side. Let's go and join the crowds. Oh, someone's going for it there, she's running for it. Oh, tourists are running for it.
It doesn't matter how well you pack for your vacation to Japan, there's bound to be something that you need to buy while you're there. And Don Quixote is the perfect discount store.
This is what you need when you come to Tokyo. We were going to go to Ueno Park today, but it started to rain. So we have a plan B and we're going to go to Akihabara. So we're coming to another claw arcade. And this time I'm going to try and win Bambi a little teddy bear. How can this not win?
So a lot of the buildings that have these claw machines in normally have multiple levels, so definitely check out some of the higher levels where you'll find the arcades, because some of them can be a lot of fun.
It wasn't the best start to our claw game, but then You can see we won 2 little teddy bears. We've come to a maid cafe. We needed a break really, it's a little bit raining outside. Just looking at the menu here, you have to say, so if you want to ask for the toilet, you have to say Ohana Bataki. But if you want the maid to come over, you have to say meow meow. This is the restaurant here, you can see what it's like inside. Everything's kind of colourful, you can see on the walls. It's just an overload of pink. Yeah, and this is what we got. There we go.
Hello.
Hey, hello there.
My name is Levi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And I think how it works is that there is a part on the left-hand side here where you can come in and sit without a reservation. And like here, for instance, around here on the side. And you won't need a reservation for that. But if you want a table behind you which is getting served by the robots, as you can see, then you should really make a reservation and pay online for your food.
I live in Aomori, Japan.
Sure, yes, we can play, yes. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Meet you. So my name is David, and my friend here is Bambi.
Bambi.
Yes. Okay. Perfect.
I live in Shizuoka.
So I mean, okay, the food was pretty basic, but this place is such a cool concept and a must visit on your itinerary to Japan.
So the robots have got little tracks on the floors there, and you can see there's little QR codes giving it destinations and giving it final locations to go. And they kind of start at the back there and they get loaded up with drinks. And then they'll make their way around these little tracks on the floor to your destination.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.
So much.
Bye-bye.
I'm glad to see you. Bye-bye.
And tonight I am living the dream. I'm living wild on Family Mart wine, sparkling wine, because I'm living it up. I'm living it up tonight. Okay, so I had a bit of time by myself, and Japan can be a bit of a lonely place, so I went on the Klook app and I looked at some local bar crawls. Now in Tokyo there's one in Shinjuku and one in Shibuya. It's about $40. It's a great way to make some friends. Now normally on these bar crawls they will take you first to an izakaya where you can get some yummy food. Second, they'll take you to a sake restaurant, and then lastly they'll take you to a bar where you can sing some karaoke and enjoy the rest of the night. It's a fantastic way to make some friends, and to be honest, the first one I went on, I made some very good friends who I hung around with until they left Japan. Kampai. Now next I went on a 12-piece set meal for Kobe Wagyu beef. Now it's something I wanted to try when I was in Japan. It was absolutely delicious, but just bear in mind when you do a set meal, you're going to get a lot of cuts of beef, but some of these are going to be more risque cuts such as beef tongue and say beef liver. Personally, if I went again, I would just get a steak somewhere fantastic, and some of this meat was really chewy. It was just insane. So this is my last day in Tokyo. I am going to go to Kyoto tomorrow, but I will come back for a few days. But I don't really want to carry my bag, to be honest. So this is a really little handy app, Ekbo Cloak. You can download it and it will show you storage places around the city and show you the nearest place. And for a small bag, something like this, it's not a suitcase, just a small bag. But this is going to cost me 2,500 yen to keep it here for 5 days while I'm in Kyoto. So I just don't have to carry around with it. So, exciting day, just about to board the bullet train to Kyoto. You can see the shape there, like the front is just incredible, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's designed after a kingfisher. That's right, David. Wow, you're so clever. It's a long story, but basically the engineer who was tasked with making this super fast train less destructive as it passed houses was out fishing one day, and he noticed how a kingfisher, as it entered the water diving for fish, didn't really create much of a wave in the water. So he just decided to design the front of the train like the beak of a kingfisher.
6 o'clock in the morning. It's my first full day in Kyoto. I have a tour booked today. You can go and visit the sites by yourself. A lot of people here will take the buses or take the the subway and just do it themselves. But this tour actually goes to about 7 or 8 places, and you know, that's a lot of kind of figuring out which way to go. So this is Kimomizu Dera Temple in Kyoto. This is the first stop I'm doing today. You can see the sweat's already dripping, it's already hot. But I mean, you know, one thing I love about the temples in Japan, everywhere really, it's just always, usually they're built in these beautiful grounds with surrounded by all these woodlands. And you know, if you look out there, it looks absolutely stunning really. This platform here that people are looking at is about 12 meters high. And back in the day, people would jump off the top, believing that if they landed on the ground without dying, that their wishes would be granted. About 15% died, 85% got injured. But I mean, look at how high it is. Hello there. There's a few stairs to climb down. Just be aware of that. You can see there the supports for the building. You can see how, wow, it looks taller from even down here. Bamboo forest. You can see how busy it is. This is, I think it's midday, 12 o'clock, so. Absolutely hot as balls. So lots to talk about this temple, but unfortunately I'm just too hot. So I'm not going to talk about it. You'll have to Google information. You might not be too into temples, but it's really nice to walk around these because they're always built in these beautiful areas, or most of them have been so far. I think it's, you know, the reason is because when they asked for planning, well, when they asked for permission to build them hundreds of years ago, they weren't allowed to build them in the city, so they had to build them outside the city, and that's why they're in these beautiful locations. I mean, that is a beautiful temple. Very beautiful golden temple, Kyoto. It's real gold on the roof, and they put about 44 pounds of new gold on the cost. And the next time they have to replace it, it's going to cost about $1 million of gold. The Shogun's second house, so he wouldn't live here. He just built it as a second home. It is, I think it's the most beautiful temple out of them all I've seen in Kyoto. Given time, the cherry blossoms on the hillside, which seem to have been withered, begin to bloom. Your fortune is excellent. If you get a bad fortune, what you can do is you can tie it up here. Since I got a good fortune, what you should do is you should keep it. Yeah.
The most iconic shrine in the whole of Kyoto, the one with the 10,000 torii gates.
Tsushima Inari Shrine. Obviously, you must see.
It's my home for the next 4 nights. Paying about $200 for about 4 nights, roughly. I've got my own private room, and you know, it's nice. It's nice. It's a nice little hostel. It's very quiet. But the main thing is, it's in a good location in the centre of the town, just so I can go off and explore. Heading to Arashiyama Bamboo Forest. You might see this little van here. If you have time, stop and get a little sundae. It's delicious. First little treat of the day. Kimono rental, 2,000 for a couple hours, 4,000 yen for the whole day. It's not bad. Arashiyama Bamboo Forest, really beautiful place. Obviously very touristy in the daytime, but make sure you know, if you don't do the tour, you go by yourself, make sure you walk down to the river afterwards, because it's really beautiful down here. And there's just a lot more to see in Arashiyama than just the bamboo forest. Okay, so I came across the Arashiyama Monkey Park. Now this park is 600 yen to get in. It takes about 2 hours to get up there, have a look around and come back. The macaque monkeys that live here actually roam free, so yeah, I recommend this park.
I've seen the monkey in the pond, so I'm so jealous. I want to go in there.
So there's about 130 monkeys in the park, and if you look closer you might see a mother and a baby walking around.
20-minute walk up the pretty medium hills to get to the Arashiyama Monkey Park. Is it worth it? Yeah, it is. It's one of them things where I haven't done any research. I didn't really look it online. I saw a sign, walked up, and it's a nice place to come. Monkeys are behind us getting fed, but the best thing about it is the view behind me of Kyoto, which is pretty amazing. Last stop for today is the Kyoto Tower. I've just arrived at the last metro station and got my maps out to try and figure out which way I've got to walk, but there it is there. There it is. That's sorry, out of breath, absolutely knackered. Walking up so many steps there in hills. Let's have a walk over, let's get to the top. Hopefully there's a nice little coffee shop up there. At 900 yen, this is probably going to be the cheapest of the sky towers that I've seen so far. What I really like about this one is the air conditioning is amazing. Let's just get some aircon. I can just get it on the top. Amazing. For the aircon there. I'll stay here for a while. Hey, get them all by myself. Here he is. One of my favourite little heroes from being younger. Nintendo store, Kyoto. How cool is this place?
Now, Nintendo does have a rich and colourful history, but basically, to make it short, it was founded in Kyoto. So that means if you are in Kyoto, you have to go and visit the store. Now, like any big city, there's a lot of options when it comes to nightlife spots in Kyoto. But if you really fancy some well-made good cocktails, then there's no other place than the Bee's Knees.
Last full day in Kyoto. I've got my IC card ready. And let's go and see a few more temples, get some nice food, finish off a few things which I feel like I haven't really seen enough of. And then that's it. Head back to Tokyo.
I mean, it's definitely worth getting up early in the city and walking around, beating all the crowds. It's such a different atmosphere first thing in the morning.
Not a bad way to start the day, right in front of the Hokanji Temple, otherwise known as the Yasaka Pagoda.
If you want to see a giant Buddhist statue, then head to the Rosen Cannon, where you can walk around its peaceful grounds.
Obviously I'm in Japan, I should be eating Japanese food. Sometimes it's just good to take a break and eat a different type of food. French restaurant. Been here before. Food is fantastic. Usually come for dessert. Totally different to what you get back home. In Asia they like to put beans with sweets, and the matcha ice cream is really delicious. What is interesting about Kyoto is that it was on the list during the Second World War to be bombed. But as far as I know, reading online, it was because of one person in the US government, Henry L. Stimson, I hope that's right, that it was spared, and it was mainly due to all the historical places in the city. And as you walk around, you realise there's just so many places to visit. It's insane. I actually thought my city where I'm from in the UK, Durham, was picturesque, but you come here and you're like, I don't think I'm going to enjoy it ever going back home. Currently walking down Shimbashi Dori Street, and this is quite a famous street in Kyoto because this is where you might get to see a geisha. So from the age of 15 to 20, they take their apprenticeship. They start off by being maikos, and then they move to something called gaiko in Kyoto, where and then 5 years in their apprenticeship they will learn all the arts of dance and singing, tea ceremonies of how to be a geisha. See the 5-level pagoda just behind me there. So from this angle, if you come to the side, it's called Keifu Stand, and if you buy a drink they charge you 300 yen to go to this little rooftop on the top, like that, which should give you very nice views of the pagoda. This is a nice find. So yeah, definitely, if you manage to find this little cafe, come to the top. The view from the top of the pagoda and across the city at night time is beautiful. I can see a few guys here just bought their own kind of beers up here, so they must have just paid the 300 yen entrance fee. It looks like they're going to spend the night up here.
So that was Kyoto, and now I'm back to Tokyo for my last 3 days of fun and adventure.
So, fun day planned for today. Just going to be going to see Mount Fuji. This is the first little stop off on the bus. We just stopped for like an hour at Pagoda.
Well, that ahead of me is unfortunately Mount Fuji. You can see today it's a bit unlucky, it's behind the clouds, just my luck really. The best time to see Mount Fuji is in winter time, and the best month would be between November to February for just to get the perfect clear day to see this incredible mountain.
The water is like, you can see those fish just so perfectly. Every single part of water is just super clear. So this little village that we stopped at on the Mount Fuji day trip, it's called Ashino. I mean, it's really nice. You know, I didn't make any plans for this. This is an unplanned trip, and it's also always good to do some unplanned trips because you have no expectations and you get here and it's like, wow, this is beautiful. But the water in this little village where the fish are swimming is so clear, and of course this is the water that runs down from the mountain itself, and they use this water for the cooking, which is why some of the ramen dishes here are quite famous, because they cook them in the water from Mount Fuji. This is where all the buses stop. You get the view of Mount Fuji and Mount Fuji in the background in front of the supermarket, the Lawson. It's kind of crazy really that everyone stops here, but people just doing the shopping must be like, what the hell is going on here? What do I think about a day trip to Mount Fuji? 100% recommended. The stops that we went on were really fantastic. We've had some fantastic food today, amazing ramen, and taking pictures of from around the bottom, from around the lakes that we've been to, have been really good. It's only 2 hours on the bus, so definitely recommend. And I wasn't even going to do it. I only did it because a friend that I'm with, her friend cancelled the holiday, so because of her cancellation I got a free ticket to come here. And yeah, this has been an awesome day. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get the ticket to go to Shibuya Sky at night time. It seems like it's very sold out weeks before. I actually didn't even get the evening time. I only managed to get the morning slot. So my time is for 10:20 in the morning. So maybe the view isn't going to be as good as what it would be at night time. But still, I'm excited to get to the rooftop. Don't stand in that queue. Let's just go to the top. I have been to a few sky towers now in Tokyo, but to be honest, this one is really nice. It's very spacious on the top, easy to find, really easy to get up. A little bit jealous, it would have been good to see it at night time when all the neons are lit up, but still very glad that I came here. Shibuya Sky is 229 meters tall. What makes it a little bit different to a lot of sky observation lookout points is that it's very open air. On the top there's a lot of space here. So you do have a little viewpoint around the perimeter, but you can also come in this middle here, as long as the helicopter's not landing, of course, and take some great shots from right in the center. The famous escalator from TikTok. People queuing for that lookout point. I'm not really sure why they like that point when you can go to the top, but personally I think if you just go to the top you can get plenty of space. I think it's people who come through the elevator and they queue up straight away before they go up to the top really, which I think is a little bit mental. Seem to do a lot of queuing in Japan, just mental stuff like ramen and pancakes and stuff like that. It's a bit weird to me really. Not just the rooftop, there is a few exhibitions and other places to check out, so make sure you check out the flower view area just down from the entrance to the Sky Tower. Just thinking about what I want to eat today. To be honest, it's a fun flower display, but to be honest, flowers are just, you know, they're not really for me really. I'm not really into flowers, you know. I drank a little flower squash. Okay, so maybe flowers are a little bit for me.
Now Tokyo has a lot of themed bars, but this has got to be one of the most fun, wackiest bars I've ever been to. And in fact, it is the only female fitness themed bar, not only in Japan, but in the whole wide world.
すごいこれ。おお。Muscle sandwich.
What's unique about this bar is that the bar has its own currency called Muscle Girl Dollars. To get Muscle Girl Dollars, you can either buy them or you can do 50 push-ups on their bench press machine. Once you get some Muscle Girl Dollars, you can spend on various things such as Muscle Girl squats, Muscle Girl shots, Muscle Girl sandwiches, or even a Muscle Girl slap.
I only found out about this last night on YouTube. I saw it. I was like, I've got to go there. It's fun, you know. People are dancing, loud music. You got muscle money to do extra little tricks. You got dancers here behind me. It's typical Japanese kind of in-your-face, crazy, colorful, wacky, but fun.
Oh, muscle.
Oh my god.
Come on.
The best job in the world. How did you get this job?
Well, I came from Argentina, but I'm Japanese, and I found on TikTok. And then when I came here, I came as a customer.
Really?
Yeah. So I came as a customer, and then they scouted me.
Quite scared. This place out in Shinjuku, Oslo Bat. Most fun you can have for just a few thousand yen, even less. You have to buy 3 games, but it's very cheap. So for 3 games, it's 1,400 yen. Like each game is 20 balls, so that really gets 60 balls. Get 60 balls for 1,400 yen, which is very good. Put your money in this machine and you'll get a little card, and then just pick up your bat. You got medium ones, light ones. Elizabeth, how many did you hit out of 20? How many balls did you hit? More than one? 3, okay. Good way to practice your baseball swings. 20 shots and I'm already knackered. I think I hit about 3. None were very good, but it's a lot of fun. You can choose the speeds of how fast the balls are coming to you. We've got it on the low setting, 80 kilometers an hour. So you can go all the way up to I think 120. But yeah, it's very hard, which is obviously good. Here he is. Nice to see you. Yay! So we haven't even gone into the park yet, but we're doing a bit of shopping already. Okay. 1,400 yen. Oh, no jaws coming out the water. This is midday. Anyway, it should be like the worst time to come in the week, but it's pleasantly not so busy. We haven't been to any of the rides yet, so I don't know what the queue's like, but this looks like it's going to be a good day today. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how wet do people look. Am I going to get soaked? So I got a little bit wet on that last ride, but not too bad. And now we're going on the Nemo simulator. Okay, so this is what we got for food. So Bambi's got the chicken, little Minnie Mouse cake there. I've got a little sweet soda, some little crumb cheesecake. I've got the chicken as well, and I've got some chilled potage.
Okay, so the food was a bit disappointing, but you don't come to Disney Sea for the food. You come for the adventurous rides and the attractions. Download the map onto your phone, and this will make it easy to navigate yourself around this massive arena.
it wasn't that busy when we came, but as we get around this area, so now we've got wait times. I thought 20 minutes was bad on the last one, but this one is 40 minutes back here. Yeah, that looks more like it really. That looks pretty fun.
So this ride is called Raging Spirit, which is a short and intense roller coaster in Disney Sea. It's also the only coaster in the resort to have a loop, which was absolutely fantastic. To be honest, this is my favourite ride of the day.
I did risk it a bit there. It's a 360 ride and I took my microphone and my camera on. I probably wouldn't do it again. It was a little bit risky there when I was going upside down to try and keep my camera from flying from my hands, but that's a nice little ride. That's a nice little ride. There's lockers here. You've got to put your stuff in the lockers first and then you queue up. Definitely a little tip there is just we did a single person there, so we literally beat the queue. The queue was 30 minutes and as a single rider it took us 5 minutes to get on.
For someone who's not a Disney fan, I actually thought this park was really fantastic. From the mysterious island to the American waterfront and to the Mermaid Lagoon, each area was really colourful and all the different rides and different themes to the place made for fantastic backdrops. And also don't forget that in June 2024 they just opened the brand new Fantasy Springs area, which is full of more rides and more attractions. Finally, to finish this video off, I just wanted to show you Team Lab Borderless. Now on the first day I did go to Team Lab Planets, but I also wanted to show you this art exhibition.
I hope you can see these colours on the footage. Even the corridors are just cool walking around.
Personally, I thought the Team Lab Planets had the best and most interesting rooms, but if you have the time, these are both worth a visit.
You know, this place is really dark. You could easily get lost in here. I reckon every night time there's probably like one or two, you know, Japanese old ladies just like lost inside some of these displays.
Well, sadly, this brings me to the end of my Japanese vacation. I didn't get to see as many places as I wanted to. You know, Japan is just a wonderful mix of colourful cultures and fantastic history, remarkable cuisine, and you know, I really feel as if you feel as if you're kind of privileged just to visit the country. That's how I feel about this place. I really hope you have a fantastic trip if you're visiting Japan, and I hope some of the places I went to will inspire you to go there too.